And it's incredibly emotional right now. That's what I would say the tone is online. Just the spectrum of emotions. There are people who are angry. There are people who are being awful. That's all true. And I'm, of course, weighed down by the horrid response from the culture of death, the lost, and the hate-filled. That is true. That is very prevalent. I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and I'm not going to talk about that today because really that's the mission. That's we already know that's what's going on. That's why we do the things that we do. That's why we engage online. That's what we're trying to talk to people about and reach them in and call them out of that, right? But in that, I'm noticing that there is a bright spot. There is a movement happening that should give us all some hope, and I think set us all to task and make us feel encouraged and encourage us to open our mouths. It's like this ripple effect is happening. Like, as people consider Charlie's life and death, it's pushing people to just stop kind of coasting through life on their casual Christianity or their lack of purpose if they're not walking with the Lord or whatever. And they are interested in standing on principle, standing on action. Like, let me just share with you some of these posts and tell you what I'm talking about because, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but for example, this first one says, not going to lie, with everything going on, I'm feeling the pull to go to church and give my life to Jesus. This is just beautiful. It's just everything that you could hope for and want for people. She said, the older I get, the more I understand why people cling to Jesus and God. In a world where evil seems to grow louder every day, faith becomes a refuge, a light that refuses to be swallowed by the darkness. It's about hope, strength, and the promise that goodness will have the final word. Yet, God stands victorious, and those who follow him know that in the end. We know how it ends. We know that it ends with God's eternal plan absolutely going exactly the way that it ought to, and that there is hope for those who believe in God and follow him, and that we will spend eternity with God, and we want as many people as possible to spend eternity there.